All right, everybody. Hello. Hello, everyone. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. How are you today? I hope I find you well. And I welcome you all to a very special stream. That is right. A stream that certainly I never thought was ever going to happen. I'll be, being very honest with all of you, I really didn't think for a moment that this whole crazy ride was going to continue as long as it has. Holy crap. Welcome to the pre-stream, by the way, guys. And welcome to Festival 2.0. Holy shit. Festival 2.0. Who would have thought? So, first of all, guys, today is Thursday, the 25th of June, 2020. I'm DSP, of course. Welcome to the stream. This is not going to be a gameplay stream. This will not be a stream focused on gameplay at all. There may be a little bit of gameplay wedged in there at some point. But certainly there's not going to be a major amount of it. Okay, if there is even any. This is the second Vest celebration, meaning we have hit a 150 stream streak where we have hit the tips goal, and I've put on a Vest in celebration for this. This has spanned now about 3 months. This whole thing began sometime in March, okay? Inadvertently, it wasn't my intention for this to ever happen. It wasn't my idea. It was your guys' idea, right? Way back during the last retrospective event, which was in late February, where you guys asked during while I was watching a vlog to put on the vest that I was wearing in the vlog, and surprisingly enough, I still had the vest. Okay? And just pretty crazy, man. How awesome things have been since then. Let's be honest here. Streams, very positive. Even though they're still trolling on my streams, of course there always will be. But in general, an overall feeling of positivity, a re-establishment of interest. There are people now coming to the streams, checking them out who wouldn't have previously. And having something cool going on with all the games and fun that we're having on streams along with that is pretty awesome. All right? The amount of support, obviously, has gone way up when it comes to this tips goal that's being fulfilled every day. And it's helped me to get back on my feet during a really tough financial time for me. To the point where, we're going to talk a little bit about this, I'm sure, during today's stream. But, next month, with what's going to happen with me trying to get caught back up with my federal taxes and get back on a back tax plan and everything, this has helped me. First of all, it's already helped me tremendously and will help me tremendously moving forward. Okay? And it's funny because someone just said in the stream chat, what's his name? The Bruce Dickinson says the trolls have lost. It's over. Phil reigns forever. I'm certainly not saying that the trolling has ended. It's never going to. The trolling is always going to be a constant in my life as long as I'm on an online presence. But with 3 straight months of this overwhelming amount of support, all right, things have been going, really good for me. And, it's like, it's certainly a big contrast to almost the last 3 to 4 years of my life, where it was more like every little bit of positivity that I had would then be taken away by something else that hits that's negative. Either it's my YouTube channel is being affected negatively, my Twitch channel is being affected negatively, my livelihood and behind the scenes is being affected negatively. Financially things are falling apart. I'm being sued and blah, blah, blah. All this crap, right? For the last few months, it's been pretty good. And it's been, let me put it this way, it's actually, for me, it's been kind of hard to believe, because my life has been a series of high highs and low lows, but for the last several years, outside of the fact that I met the love of my life and got married, outside of those things, it's been hard to say, how am I going to get through all this other negative stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and it really feels to me like this year has been a turnaround. And I hope you guys understand that. Like, I have so much fun coming to streams, hanging out with you guys, no matter what game I'm playing. It feels like it doesn't matter if it's a new release, an old classic, a game that I want to play, a game that you guys have really screamed to see me play, that the streams in general are just overall so positive, right? compared to how they were for a while there. It was kind of more like we all were watching Phil in an ironic way to make fun of him and to take side jabs at him. And not to say that doesn't still happen, but it certainly seems to me like now there's a lot more outright positivity. I've always said this, that I feel that my biggest fans are the silent majority. People who watch but don't necessarily speak up. They just enjoy the content. And in the last many years, these people have become even more apprehensive of speaking up because of the amount of trolling that I get on the internet. Oh my God, if you speak up positively for Darkside Phil, you're going to get trolled. But it seems to me, especially these last few months, that the whole situation's flipped on its head. That now people are happy to celebrate positivity about my content and me as a content creator. The fact that people are enjoying the content I put out on a daily basis in a positive way, not in an ironic, negative way. It really has changed things. It really has. For me, positively, I really am looking forward to the future. I mean, the way I see it, admittedly, I have one more hurdle. I have to get through July. I have to work with my lawyer, pay him a ton of money, of course, but work with my lawyer to work with the government to get a new payment plan established for my back taxes. And once that's done, I'll be on the right track, and I'll be able to say, okay, here's what I make in a month. Here's what I owe. Now can I start saving money? Can I maybe put money aside to improve my business? Which in the last 3-4 years, I haven't been able to do at all because I've been in such financial bad straits, bad places, that I didn't even have any free money to say, oh, I could do this, I could do that. You know what I mean? So this is going to be it's just a different outlook, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to like going to sleep at night and in the back of my head having fears about the future. My God, what's going to happen? Am I going to get in trouble for this? Am I going to get in trouble for that? Am I going to be able to stay here? Am I going to be able to keep doing what I love? Am I going to be able to have the life with my family that I want to have? Or is this all going to get taken away from me because of shit that's happened over the years? You know what I mean? And now, these last few months have been so positive and different for me. And I hope you guys understand that. That it really has been a major positive change in my life in the way that I think. And I want to keep that going, obviously. And I just want to say, before we even talk about anything, thank you. Thank you guys, all of you. Guys and gals, by the way. When I say guys, it's a general statement that really shouldn't be gendered, but of course it is gendered and people might take it the wrong way. So thank you to the guys and gals out there who watch my content, in a positive light, who spread the word about it, who have contributed to this Vest goal over the past 3 months. That has helped me tremendously. It really has. And it's just pretty amazing. Who would have thought how silly putting on a vest could be would be such a positive thing for me, okay? Now, I'm going to be very honest here, all right? 150 straight streams hitting the tips goal, all right, is a huge undertaking. It should not be taken lightly, and it should not be taken for granted. I want you guys to understand that I don't take it for granted. I never thought it would get this crazy, this far. I never thought that this would continue for 3 months. I thought maybe a few weeks at most. When we did the last festival celebration, which was the first one last month, okay, I was like, that is it. That's got to be it. This is going to end. Thanks for the 100. I mean, crazy insane that we did it, but that's it. And then day after day, you guys continued to surprise me with your positivity, with your support. There were some days where it really looked like it was going to end. And I've told you guys this all along. It's fine if it does. If today is the day that the Vest streak ends, then let it end, and that's okay. You guys have been so incredibly supportive of me now for 3 straight months every day that I'm streaming. I can't complain. I love the fact that you guys love me and my content to the point where you want to support it this much. Okay? I started off as the ultimate underdog on YouTube. I was a guy who didn't monetize anything. I was a guy who just made fun videos. And then I got copyright strikes against my channel for no reason. They were falsified. Then I lost my job. I was just some guy just trying to have fun with games. I wasn't anyone who was seriously trying to become a celebrity or trying to make money doing it. I just kind of fell into that. And 10 years ago, the internet collectively stood up on YouTube and said, no, we like Phil, we like his content, we want him to succeed. And even though I certainly went through some ups and downs trying to get set up, through Blip TV and everything, eventually I got a partnership, and then I was able to do what I loved for a living. And that's remarkable, right? I kind of feel like these last 3 months have been exactly the same situation. That people have seen me been through the ringer in the last several years with all the stuff that I've shared with you, all the trials and tribulations I've been through. And now I feel like I got that kind of underdog vibe back again, where I feel like you guys have my back. You like what I do. You like who I am. Certainly, you've liked to see the transformation and the change that I've gone through over the last many years as a person and a content creator, that I don't do the immature stuff I used to do. I've wisened up. I've become, much more of an interactive personality that enjoys hanging out with you on a daily basis rather than someone here to just make a video. You know what I mean? And because you guys like that, and you guys like those changes, you've got my back, I really feel that, and that's amazing. That's an amazing vibe, that it doesn't matter what slander, what nonsense is out there about me, the people who make shit up about me every single day, who want to, say negative things about me, who want to take things out of context off of a stream and try to make me look like a villain. That shit doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. Because I know that I've got people who've got my back, like what I do, and aren't going to put up with the bullshit of people just trying to get popularity and a name for themselves on the internet at my expense. And that means the world. That does mean the world to me. Because it means that now I can come to stream every day and I don't have to worry about what's the next piece of bullshit that some fucking brainless idiot says on the stream that derails it or whatever. I could just be like, fuck that. I don't care anymore. I'm here to be positive and have fun with all of you, and that's all I care about. I don't look at stream, attendance numbers. I don't look at any of that crap. I just sit here and have a good time with you guys on a daily basis, and that's all I care about, And that's such a different mentality. It's like kind of like now I could just come and enjoy it with you guys, and we could stick it to them. Whoever the fuck wants to come up against me and be like, we don't like Phil for these ridiculous, over-the-top conspiracy theory reasons, you could be like, fuck you. You say whatever you want in your own circles. You don't concern us. We're just here to have a good time and hang out. Again, I feel like the underdog, but I'm still here. That's pretty amazing that after 11, 12 years, I'm still here with no support. It's not like I have any sponsorship. I don't. You guys are my sponsors, right? These last 3 months, this whole Vest streak, you guys are my sponsors. You guys are the ones that tell me on a daily basis, what you like and you don't like about what I'm doing. And by the way, we're actually going to talk about some of that today on the stream in the very first segment. As I open up here, we're going to be talking about a lot of this. In fact, I've gotten some sharp criticisms about stuff I've said about The Last of Us 2. And fair enough, I want to address that on today's stream because I want to be clear for my audience about, my feelings and what's going on. I like getting legit criticism from an active, positive viewing audience versus an audience that's only there to harass and slander. There's a big difference. And that's what I like now. I come to stream, even though there may be some criticism, that's good. That's healthy. I get to do fun streams where I improve on a daily basis because you guys are honest with me. And I love this. I do. I love this. Thank you guys so much for everything. 3 effing months. Hitting the tip skull every stream is insane. All right? And again, I just want to say something. I don't think it's going to continue. I said this last month, and I am shocked. I am flabbergasted. As much as we use that word, I truly am flabbergasted that this has continued another month. Like I said, there have been streams where the Vest streak was very much going to end. And then someone would step up, or multiple people would step up at the very end of the stream and say, no, we want this positivity to continue. We want to stick it to your trolls and critics. We want to say, you are valid. You are a good content creator. We love what you do. Let's keep it going. And that's insanely positive. And thank you guys. I'm so grateful to have such an awesome, supportive viewing audience. I am. Okay? I definitely want to be someone who's here for you to support you through all kinds of stuff if I can. As much as I can, I'm not saying that I'm going to be here forever, you know, but since you guys come out and tell me that what I do is meaningful to you, all right, I want to be here and be a positive influence for you guys. You guys are a positive influence for me. It goes both ways. You know what I mean? So thank you guys for that. You know, thank you so much for all of this positivity. Really. It's been outstanding and amazing. Matter of factly, I don't expect it to continue. I think that it is eventually going to die out. I would tell you I think today would be the last day. Seriously. But who knows at this point? Like, I've been so shocked at the amount of support and positivity that who knows when the Vest streak will end. But it will end. You know, it's not going to go on forever. It's just definitely not going to go on forever. All right? I know that. Okay? But thank you for making it go on as long as it has. And if it continues in the future, thanks in advance. Because like I said, this is a turning point for me. And if I can get through July and get through this tax situation, the next thing I can do is start planning for the future. Improving the streams, having, you know, better things for my family. I can't wait. I hope that we get to that point, you know. So thank you, okay? Now let's talk about today. Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about today, okay? What you guys can expect on the stream, what's going to happen for the upcoming week. Let's get to the schedule as usual on the pre-stream, and then we'll get to shout-outs, etc. And FYI, how this is going to go, all right? So, first of all, today's Vestival 2.0 or VestFest 2.0 or the Vest of Us, whatever you want to call it, okay? What are we doing? The first segment after the pre-stream will be open discussion. First, I have a couple things I want to talk about, and then I'm going to let you guys ask me questions. But the two things I want to talk about, I got a really heartfelt message from someone that I want to read, and then I got a really heartfelt critique from someone that I want to share, and I want to respond to it to clarify my thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2, because I do feel that maybe if you've only caught certain things I said during the playthrough, you may not have heard my full thoughts and elaborations on the game, and you may be getting the wrong idea, and obviously that's the last thing I want. So we're going to do that to open today, okay? Then I'm going to do some Q&A with you guys, okay? At some point, food is going to arrive. I've ordered food for delivery. It's supposed to be here between 1 and 1:30 p.m., so that's about 2 to 2.5 hours from now. Whenever it shows up, I'm going to set up for a live DSP Tries It. This is going to be the head-to-head taste test of the Burger King Whopper versus the Burger King Impossible Whopper. I'm even going to set it up that I don't even know which is which. Okay? I'm just going to put them on 2 plates, and I'm going to try them and see, can we figure out which is which, and can I tell you what I think about each one? Okay? This is going to be pretty neat. I've never done anything like this before. Okay? Then, after that, we're going to have Jasper come on the stream, and he's going to hang out with us for a little bit. You'll get to see him play. Well, I'll get one of his toys in here or whatever. I'm sure you guys want to hear stories about him. You know, recently we've had some hijinks with Jasper doing various silly things. I'll tell you about that. And I got some good news regarding Jasper, that I can share with you as well. And then after that, we're going to see what time it is. But what I'd like to do is I would like to watch back some more music videos together like we did last festival and give you some more kind of behind-the-scenes commentary on these songs and where they came from and the information about them. So that could be neat. And then we'll see, what else you guys want to do. All right. So, we'll see. But, some of the suggestions that we've had is maybe going into Animal Crossing and have some people, send me their codes so that I can join them on their islands and see how their islands are and stuff like that. But it all depends on timing. I was doing it as like the Q&A. The first segment's probably going to be an hour to an hour and a half. Okay. Then the live DSP Tries It's probably going to be about a half an hour. Then I'll probably take a break to finish eating, and then we'll have Jasper come in for a bit. And after that, we'll see what time it is. Okay? So that's the rough idea for the stream. No guaranteed gameplay, FYI. It's not a serious gameplay stream at all, which is why I think I titled the stream Talk Shows and Podcasts or something like that. Just a fun celebratory event. Okay? So, let's see. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else outside of that about today I want to talk about? Probably not. Let's get to the rest of the schedule. Later tonight, I am doing gameplay today. It's going to be Pokemon Sword, the Isle of Armor DLC, continuing from last week. Last week we did this as 2 major streams, and I didn't beat it yet. What happened is we got a special Pokemon, a fighting Pokemon, and we have to bring it to one of 2 towers, either a Tower of Water or a Tower of Darkness, and then apparently we'll have some challenges to complete. And once we're at the end, the Pokemon will evolve into a special type Pokemon. Okay? So that's basically going to be continuing on tonight. I don't know how much longer we have in that DLC, but there's also a ton of new Pokemon to catch that I haven't gotten yet. So we could do that tonight. 2 hours of fun Pokemon gameplay. Okay? Tomorrow, we continue with The Last of Us Part 2 on the major gameplay stream. Alright? That should be super fun. I'm really excited for that. I am. I'm really excited for that stuff. And then tomorrow night, Throwback Street Fighter. My weekly Throwback Street Fighter session. Okay? On Saturday, it's going to be the continuation of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, continuing on. However, I don't know what's going on because the game is full of bugs. In reality, it's not. There's one critical bug that I've run into that's ruining the playthrough. I can't save my game. At the end of my session yesterday, I was not able to save my game, and I lost about 25 to 30 minutes of progress that now I'm going to have to redo on Saturday. And if this game does not get patched or just doesn't save, you know, it's very concerning. It's very concerning. And I don't know what to do about it. Maybe I just gotta leave my Xbox One on indefinitely until I beat the game, which is probably gonna happen in the coming week. But what if the power goes off, or we got a power blip and now it turns off and deletes all my progress, right? Like, I don't know what to do about this. This is really bad. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna try to complete it or continue it, I should say, on Saturday. Okay, Saturday night will be the continuation of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Sunday we'll do more Last of Us 2 and more Pokemon. And then Monday, as long as we figure out some kind of a solution here to the SpongeBob problem, it'll be more SpongeBob and more Fire Emblem to end the streaming week. Okay, then Tuesday of next week is my day off, but when I come back on Wednesday, we go right into a special event. Wednesday, July 1st, will be the big retrospective marathon event. I'm going to be going through all of your suggestions of moments from my 11 to 12 years as a content creator, picking the ones that I feel are the best ones to watch back together. And that whole day is going to be a fun marathon of going back down memory lane and experiencing all of that stuff together. All right, I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are excited for this. That's the next big marathon coming up Wednesday, the 1st of July. And then after that, we're just going to get back to the regular scheduled games, kind of alternating between them back and forth with the chill stuff. If we start to finish stuff up, like let's say we finish up SpongeBob or whatever, then as a main playthrough, maybe we'll take a game like Fire Emblem and start doing it as a main game playthrough on and off. And maybe we'll return to the chill content at nights, including Animal Crossing, Minecraft, and Morrowind. All right? We do have multiple new releases coming up in July. And when they start hitting, chances are we're once again not going to have time for the chill streams again. So we're going to see. We'll play it by ear. But that's what you guys can expect for the next 1 to 2 weeks, roughly. Kind of alternation and fun, new gameplay, new playthroughs plus ongoing ones. Good stuff coming up. Okay? Good stuff. All right. Outside of that, there is some news this morning about Animal Crossing, and it's good news. There's a new update coming out for Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's considered their major summer update. There's going to apparently be more than one over the course of the summer, but this one is going to go live on July 3rd. This is going to feature swimming in the water and underwater diving. You're going to be able to catch underwater sea creatures and items in the water. And there's going to be new stuff in the museum to turn in these creatures, which is pretty neat. In addition, there's going to be a couple new island visitors. There's one who apparently is someone who really likes to buy the sea creatures, much like when you catch the bugs or stuff like that. He's like, oh, sell me the bugs or whatever, right? Well, it's the same kind of guy. He really likes sea creatures and wants you to sell him the sea creatures. And apparently there's an update to how Gulliver works. If you remember, Gulliver is an island visitor that we've had who he gets shipwrecked. And when he gets shipwrecked, you wake him up, you got to find parts of his cell phone, and he gives you a reward. Well, apparently he's going to be back, but it's different. They changed it or something. I'm not sure. So that's going to be pretty cool. And that's what I mean. Like, I hope maybe by, like, the end of the first week there of July, maybe we could bring back the chill streams and at least have one stream a week of Animal Crossing to see some of this new content. That'd be pretty cool. Okay? So, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm looking forward to this. Good update. I'm sure my wife's going to love this more. But good stuff here, okay? Outside of all of that, you know, I try to stay up with current events. And I try to pay attention to stuff going on in the news. And today's news is just so stupid. I just don't care about it. It's like an actress who did a voice for this show I've never seen on Netflix called Big Mouth, but it was I guess a black female character. Well, the voice actress is white and says, "Well, I don't feel like I can do this voice anymore." In the midst of all the Black Lives Matter movement, how could a white person possibly voice a black character? To which then there was backlash on Twitter, people saying, "Well, James Earl Jones voiced Darth Vader, who's white. He voiced Mufasa, who's a lion. And we love James Earl Jones and his work, so why would we ever say James Earl Jones doesn't have the right to do that? You know, this is pretty stupid that we say that voice actors can't cross racial barriers to voice act other characters." So that's going on Twitter. I don't really give a fuck, though, because I think the discussion is really stupid. And then and then the other news is that the Dixie Chicks music group here in the United States is changing their name. It's just The Chicks now. And it's like, oh, no. Why me? Why, you know, I just don't want to be involved in any of this shit. Oh, yeah, that's right, too. Disneyland is changing Splash Mountain. Now, I honestly don't know anything about Splash Mountain at all. I don't know anything about the ride. I've never been on it. But I guess people are saying there's actually some racial things involved in it. I don't know, because I never, you know, again, I don't know anything about the ride, like what characters appear on the ride or whatever. But apparently they're going to change it to be themed to The Princess and the Frog. It's going to be the same exact ride, but they're going to change all the branding and the theming to be The Princess and the Frog instead. Okay, I guess. I don't know what was racist about the ride, though. Like, so I can't speak to it. You know, there are some Disney movies in there. I don't know if you guys have seen them all, but there's one Song of the South. and the Brer Rabbit and the Tar Baby. The what? And what was his name? I think his name's Uncle Remus or whatever. The guy's dancing around zippity doodah, zippity yay. And so you're like, oh my god, they actually made this? Like, yeah, back then, when they made that movie, there was nobody was woke, I guess is how you can really term it. You know, that was considered lighthearted, family fun humor. You know what I mean? Oh, is it? Splash Mountain is based on Song of the South? I didn't even know that. Someone just said that. Okay, I had no clue at all about that. So, okay, then that makes perfect sense, because they basically, like, that movie has been, like, wiped from existence. You can't find it anywhere. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, they tried to pretend like they never made it, even though obviously they did. And back when they made it, no one was really aware of the insanely harmful stereotypes and things used in that movie. And now you look at it, you're like, what the hell is this shit? It's kind of like, okay, there's this movie, you guys got to see it if you've never seen it. I talked about this a few years ago. There's a holiday movie, all right? It's called Holiday Inn, all right? And it has, like, some of the biggest, I think it's Frank Sinatra, like, the biggest song and dance guys of yesteryear all star in this movie. And it's a pretty good movie. It's about them opening up, like, a hotel and like, a resort for people to come and spend their holidays in. And basically, like, each holiday, there's a different theme. You have, like, 4th of July, you've got Easter, Christmas, and then they've got one where they're all wearing blackface, and they're singing, pretending to be, African Americans, basically. And you watch it, you're like, holy shit. And that's what I mean. Like, it was a different time, and it was a different era. It was a different thing for everyone. And you're watching, you're like, holy shit. That exists. It does. It exists. But that's our past, right? That's our past. And, you know, we have to acknowledge it that it happened, that we thought that that stuff was okay. And now we move on and we say, it's not okay anymore, right? So, yeah. Song of the South, I don't think that's a very good movie. Holiday in Blackface, probably not a good idea. It sounds pretty bad to me. But the Dixie Chicks changing their name to just the Chicks, I don't know about that. And what I do want to say is, even though we acknowledge that these things are flawed and that we should not be doing these things in the future, we cannot forget that they happened. Because I say this all the time. If you forget history, then history is destined to repeat itself. You have to remember you made a mistake and improve from it in order to not repeat that mistake. You see what I mean? So, if we now realize those things back then were insanely wrong to do, right? Great. But that doesn't mean erase it from history like it never happened. We have to remember it did happen. So, you know what I mean? That's my feeling anyway. Not that we never made the mistake, erase it like it never happened, but instead say, okay, we acknowledge this was super wrong. And now we want to be better for the future. Okay? So there you go. All right. Let us now get to shoutouts. All right, guys? Let's get to shoutouts here on the stream. And like I said, the first segment of today's festival is going to be interesting because I got a few things I want to talk about up front before we get to open Q&A, which we will do as well. And then, you know, we got food coming for the DSP Tries It. So, all right, let's get to shoutouts. Hold on here. Okay, so first cheer of the tongue tied. The first cheer of today was from Eternal Napalm, who did a 75-bit cheer. And he said, congrats on all of your tremendous success. It's the apocalypse for all the naysayers and detractors. Hashtag VestFest 2. Here's the thing. I know they're never going to go away. I know that. As long as I'm a public-facing figure, people who are going to criticize will be there. And again, people with legit criticism, I'm totally okay with. But these crazy conspiracy theorists, these people who hate my guts, all right, they're never going to go away either. They don't even dislike me for legit reasons anymore. At one point there was. Not anymore. You hear the nonsense they say. It's like, you hate Phil because of a conspiracy theory that's not even confirmed true, you know. Or you hate Phil because of some comment he made 10 years ago. And even though every piece of evidence has shown that he's grown as a person, you just hate him anyway. It's like, there's nothing you can do about those people, you know. They're going to be around forever. But that certainly doesn't mean that we haven't seen tons of positive progress around here in the last 3+ months, and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you guys for that. Plum Goral, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Plum Goral. I appreciate that. Good Game Goblin, start up the tipping today with a $1.30 tip. And by the way, I didn't even mention this, but yes, today is a normal stream, just like any other stream. Today is a normal stream. Yes, there is a Vest Streak goal here, the same as always. You know, the same tips goal. And if we continue it, great. If the Vest Streak ends today, I'm okay with that too. You know, obviously people want to see it continue. Obviously, I'd be very happy if it continued. But at the same time, if this is it, this is it. I even said during the last festival that I thought that was it. I thought it was definitely going to end. But then it didn't. Then it continued. So, just so you guys know, yes, it is a normal stream. There's a normal tips goal and everything here. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now, He Good Game Goblin says, hope you're doing well. Did you ever anticipate a random vest would be a key to establishing consistent earnings like this? I mean, I told you guys, no, this was not my idea, right? It was directly your idea. You guys came up with the idea. You pulled the video of me wearing the vest out of the archives for the last retrospective marathon. You asked me to put the vest on as a reward for hitting the tips goal, and you guys kept it going every stream after that. This is all you guys and your great ideas and your positivity, so thank you so much for that. Ryan cheered. What's up, Ryan? Good to see ya. Did a 50-bit cheers. Is good. Congrats on the vestry. Looking forward to the DSP Tries It. Yeah, me too. The Impossible Whopper is something that people have asked me to try for about 2 years now. And I kept telling you guys, DSP Tries It is retired. You know, I'm not going to go out of my way to do it anymore. I don't eat fast food that often. But with the whole Vest thing going on, I pulled DSP Tries It out of retirement last month, and you guys really seemed to enjoy the live Papa Diaz DSP Tries It. Therefore, that's why we're doing this special episode with the Impossible Whopper today. Okay? Ryan also did a 100-bit cheer and said, amen to, you know, the trolls. I'm not sure what that means, amen the trolls. But, I guess he was probably addressing something directly we were talking about earlier. Thank you, Ryan. You're the top cheer of the day. So far, I should say. The 100-bit cheer. Timbo Slice cheered. He says, The Undertaker has officially announced his retirement this week. I mean, I pretty much figured that considering they were doing a show on WWE Network called The Last Ride, I figured that this was the end of his wrestling career. What is your greatest Taker moments? I'm very happy for him. He put his body on the line for his fans for many years. You know, I remember many Undertaker moments from the 90s, back when he was like a supernatural character who couldn't be defeated. And he was all pale and stuff, which was really cool. And some of the wild things I saw. Remember the pay-per-view where Yokozuna beat him and buried him alive, but then he like hovered up into the sky and shit. It was really weird what they did with him then, because he basically needed to take some time off. And this was his way of explaining it by doing this crazy thing. And then he came back, you know, months later. There was actually an imposter Taker. That was a cool plot line. The imposter Taker versus the real Undertaker was pretty neat. And then when he was able to reinvent himself multiple times, you know, as the American Badass and stuff like that, and then come back as the Phenom later on, you know, the Undertaker, pretty awesome, you know. But I'm glad that finally he decided to retire, because honestly, he doesn't need to keep wrestling forever. He doesn't. He's messed up. In the documentary, he talks about his knees are fucked up and everything's like, why are you still wrestling, man? Just relax. Just relax and have a good rest of your life. You deserve it. You've entertained people for 20 to 30 years. It's time now to relax and have a life for yourself, you know. Lucifer Soul did a 1,060-bit cheer to become the top cheerer of the day. So let's get that up on the leaderboard. Thank you very much, Lucifer Soul. And he says, Philanthropistomania is running wild, brother. Alrighty, well, thank you, Lucifer Soul, for the generous cheer and the support. VG Stuff cheers says, can we visit P-Dub's Island today? Well, if we get to that and I decide that we're going to do that, and you guys decide you want to see that, then maybe we'll probably do it. All right, we'll see. We're not guaranteed to do that. Last time around, we had that kind of on the docket of stuff that we might have done, and we never even got close to doing that. So, Eternal Napalm Cheater says, you've heard lots of crazy and fringe things from sick people over the years. What deranged conspiracy theory really makes you shake your head in disbelief? Oh my god, jeez. Like, what are the craziest things? When I first started on YouTube, one of the craziest things was the guy who literally said that I had a cult. Like, I'm brainwashing children to watch my content on YouTube, despite the fact that my content on YouTube was never catered towards children. Never, ever did I act in a way that would attract children. It was always adult language, adult content, you know, always was. And was always meant for an adult or teen or adult audience. But this, he legitimately is trying to brainwash children. DSP cult leader. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, when do I ever stand in front of my audience like a cult leader saying ridiculous things? You know, never. I never did anything like that. I was just a guy playing games. That was my whole catch back then. Wow, it feels like a normal guy on his couch playing games. That's what we like about his videos. Not that I stand in front of you as some kind of a fucking leader trying to tell you how to live your life and do, you know, that's insane. People believe that. Because they were nuts. Obviously, you know, the one that everyone brings up is the escort saga. The one that was 100% fabricated. 100%. That was one, it didn't even have a root in reality. It didn't even have, you know, I say sometimes people take nuggets of truth and then they turn it into some overblown thing that's not true. That one didn't even have a nugget of truth. That one was just 100% false from the get-go. And Kat, you know, who had been visiting me on and off for a while there, before she moved in with me, basically kind of sat back and laughed at the insane nonsense. You know, we take a picture of Kat decorating my Christmas tree. Oh, you see, that's an escort, and it's like, are you out of your fucking minds? Like, it's just complete insanity, you know? And of course, you know, recently the one that has been so ridiculous since the beginning of this year is the stupid mobile game nonsense. You know, harping on someone has a name in the game that's the same as my Twitter handle, and somehow that's me. And seeing, you know, I'll be honest, I go over to Kiwi Farms every once in a while when people tell me to, and they're like, Phil, I think there's stuff over there you need to know about. It's concerning. And so I went over there a few times to read some of the horrendous bullshit people said about this, and I just read up on it and just completely fabricated nonsense. Like, did I ever play mobile games? Yes. Is there evidence that I've played mobile games? Yes, I've publicly admitted to the mobile games I used to play and whatever. But the fact that these people take that little bit of nugget of truth and turn it into this insanely overblown conspiracy theory that's not true, and then they tried to use that. They literally tried to use that for months to ruin my personal life and screw up my filing for bankruptcy with complete falsified nonsense. None of it was factual, but they tried to convince legal parties to slander against me, which didn't work, thank God, because I had all the evidence to back everything up that I've ever said, and I showed it to the right parties. But that just threw me for a loop. There are people out there who hate me so much that they would fabricate entire things about just crazy shit. I couldn't believe the stuff that was Phil had this conversation with someone about the game. I'm looking at like, I don't even know who the fuck that is. I've never talked like this before on a chat server somewhere, like completely fabricated shit. And it completely blew me away that these people are so up their own ass with conspiracy theories, right? Especially after the escort thing, that they would do it again. But they did. But what can I say? What can I say? You know, this is how nuts these people are. All right, continuing on. Alexander Rossi cheered, and he says, I'm rewatching your old videos from the 2014 move. Hold on. You ever end up contacting police about previous people running a chop shop out of your garage and blah, blah, blah? That's old news. I already talked about it multiple times. It was all handled. I don't want to get into old rehashed shit now, because once again, anything that I say about the past, let them start making it. That'll be the new conspiracy theory, that now I'm running a chop shop out of my fucking garage or something. It's all been handled 100%. You don't have to worry about it. Eternal Napalm cheered. He says, will you commit to playing Bug Snacks? I think it would be a popular playthrough. Would I commit? Eternal Napalm. All right. Listen, dude. You got to listen up now, everyone. Come around. Come a little closer. Listen up. Bug Snacks. I would be doing the world a disservice if I didn't play Bug Snacks. You understand that? I would be actually like hurting the gaming community. It would actually, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel as a content creator on the internet for 11 to 12 years, it is not only my pleasure, it is my duty to play Bug Snacks when it comes out this fall. Okay? So, I'm sorry, but Bug Snacks, yeah, Bug Snacks, oh man. Yes. The answer is yes. I will commit to playing it. Golden Colts cheer says, this cheer is sponsored by Jim Beam Kentucky Bourbon. Well, there you go. I hope that if it's early in the day, you're not drinking Jim Beam Kentucky Bourbon, Golden Colts, but thank you for the cheer. Ryan Cheerdy says, the criticism isn't real. It's fake stuff. They edit things to get their stupid laughs. Well, here's the thing, Ryan. If we're talking about, again, this nonsense of what people say and do about me, I mean, in some cases you're right. In some cases I would say you're not right. Sometimes something will be said, something I say is wrong. Something I say is stupid. Something I say maybe is too short term, like especially on Twitter. A lot of the times I'll say something on Twitter and it's too abbreviated to be a full intelligent thought or a case that's fleshed out enough, you know. At other times, something will be taken off of a stream that's out of context. Like I said, one of the things I'm going to talk about today when we open up here is I want to talk about my thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2. Because if you're watching the playthrough and I make a quick comment about something going on in the game, it may be misinterpreted from what I actually am trying to say in a full, fleshed out, intelligent thought, which later on in the playthrough I give when I have ample time to do so. But that's what these people do. They're the masters of misinformation. They're the masters of half-truth. They literally cherry-pick moments to try to make me look bad because that pushes their narrative and gives them extra clickbait views. See? All right. Ryan cheered again. He says, calling it now, normal Whopper will be better, and I think you will vote it as better. Meant amen, F the trolls. Gotcha. I don't know. Here's the thing. The way I'm doing this taste test is I've never done anything like this before. 2 burgers, all right? And I don't know which is which. I'm not going to know which is the real Whopper and which is the impossible Whopper. I'm going to be like trying to taste each one and guess for myself and see if I can judge texture, flavor. What's the real Whopper? What's the fake one? Okay? So this is going to be really interesting. Really interesting. Again, it's going to be super fun, I think. So we'll find out. Okay. Dr. Frog 69 tipped me $1.30 and says, can we get a shout out to the frogs? Shout out to those frogs. There you go. The frog meme apparently continues. The frog meme I thought died, and now all of a sudden it seems to be coming back every once in a while. So, let's see here. Good Game Goblin tipped me another $1.30. He says, what's next after the vest? Do we add more on top? Coats, jumpsuits, or maybe go with less clothing, hats? All right, stop that right now. The vest thing is something that, again, I didn't come up with. And it's funny because sometimes we have these tier 2 goal, right? Oh, Phil hit the tier 2 tips goal today or whatever. And when that happens, I say, okay, I'll put on the gunner glasses or whatever. But I'm not going crazy. I'm not going to expect that I'm going to hit a tier 3 and tier 4 tips goal, and therefore we're going to do 10 celebration things. No, it's just the tips goal. That's all it is. If you guys want to see me put on the gunner glasses, if we happen to double it as a funny thing, fine. That's as far as we're going. It's never going to go crazier than that. You're not going to see me doing insanely zany things, okay? Wings pulling strings at 100-bit cheer and insulted low-tier god. I'm not going to do that. That's fucked up. And I think you're an asshole. Dangerous Dave resubscribed for 10 months. Thank you, Dangerous Dave. I appreciate that. Then Wings pulling strings cheered again and said something else insulting because he's an asshole. Okay. I love my wife. Tipped me $1.30. It says, you hear they fired the director of the new Assassin's Creed game. He lied about being single to date a girl for a year. She found out he was married and left him. People are weird. Wow. Well, all I can say is that guy sounds incredibly stupid. I don't even know what else to say. That could be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. That guy's a fucking moron. And obviously he's an immoral piece of shit. And, you know, what goes around comes around, I guess. King Goga says he stepped down. He did not get fired. You know, it's like I said during the whole Pro Jared fiasco, which now apparently has been debunked. I wouldn't know because I didn't even know what he was accused of to begin with. I made a public statement on Twitter. I said, if you're going to fail in life, fail for your content or fail for your work. Don't fail for nonsense of your personal life. You know what I mean? Don't fail because stuff comes out about your character behind the scenes that people can't believe, and now they discredit all your professional work. That was kind of what happened with Pro Jared. I don't think anyone with Pro Jared ever criticized the level of his work. They thought his work was great, but it was his personal crap that got aired out that got him into trouble, right? So here we go. Here's the guy's the director of the new Assassin's Creed game, which by all reports, the game's looking great. And now this comes out today, and it's like, how stupid. Why on earth would you risk being the director of a major AAA game at a major game studio that's probably going to be a blockbuster game by being an asshole? Maybe just don't be an asshole, right? But I guess it's too hard for some people. All right. Super Blind Man is here. What's going on, Super Blind Man? Good to see you, man. He had a 100-bit cheer, and he says, Bug Snacks has legitimately creeps me out. Imagine being blind and living in a world where little things on the ground kept talking to me. You see, now here's the thing. I got a prediction about Bug Snacks, and you guys can actually, you know, believe this or not. I've got a prediction, all right? If you guys were watching the trailer for Bug Snacks during the PlayStation 5 reveal event, if you didn't notice, it had a twist ending. So it just basically shows that these creatures, you know, they look like food or whatever, but they're alive. Then these animals are eating them. These anthropomorphic animals are eating them, and their body parts are becoming them, okay? Pretty weird. But then, All of a sudden, at the end of the trailer, all of a sudden it looks like the bug snacks come together to become some kind of a monster, and the monster jumps at the camera and it just ends. Now, most people don't talk about the end of that trailer, but what if? What if this game is not what we think it is? What if it's not some innocent game about eating snacks? And, what if it's like a murder mystery where the bug snacks are actually become these sentient killer creatures eating people on the island, right? What if when you are what you eat? So if you eat a bug snack, you become a bug snack monster, right? I actually think that's what it is. I think that the trailer is purposely misrepresenting what the game is. And when people get it, they're going to be like, holy shit, what the hell is this? It's not going to be some innocent game for kids. I think it's actually something different. All right, watch the trailer yourself and make a judgment. But that's kind of what I got from watching the end of the trailer. I was like, what is this? So I'm actually interested to see what it becomes. So thank you for the cheers, Super Blind Man. It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Crapcock did 100-bit cheers. So I wasn't kidding about the Impossible Whopper. That burger's filled with estrogen. It's going to make you grow moves. All right, great. I'm going to apparently simultaneously grow big boobs on stream, instantaneously and simultaneously as I eat this thing. That's great. Alexander Rossi cheers. Says, do you miss being able to be super open and showcasing your house and everything? It made you pretty unique. Most people never did anything like that. See, I don't, Alexander Rossi, I wouldn't know. I am not other people. I don't follow what other people do. So I have absolutely no clue what other content creators do on the internet, what they share, what they don't share. I have zero idea about that. I was always just me, and I wanted to do what I wanted to do. If you watch my early stuff, you're very much along this journey with me, being a nobody on the internet, a guy who maybe had some clout in the Street Fighter community a million years ago, and seeing me evolve. You can see my place change behind me as I'm doing channel updates and stuff. You know what I mean? As I get more popular and I'm making more money, I start buying stupid statues and shit that appear in my videos and the like. And again, you're right. I would do like vlogging of everything I did and everything. So it felt like you were along the ride. You were along the ride with me, right? But for everything that I was doing. So for me, it was a unique time in my life for sure. But sadly, I was naive. I didn't understand what was going to happen. I didn't know that people on the internet who like to remain anonymous are so toxic. I didn't know that because of that anonymity of the internet, that people would then venture out to be so destructive because of the information that I shared with people on said internet. I had no clue that would happen. It was the opposite. When I started on YouTube, everything was positive and everything was fun, and people basically wanted to be a part of that experience that I was having in a very positive light. And then all of a sudden something changed at one point where everyone just wanted to just say negative, negative, negative. Every little thing I showed, oh, Phil's doing this wrong, Phil's doing that wrong, Phil's an asshole because of this and that. It's like, wow, everything now, like everything. You see what I mean? Like, that's pretty crazy how bad it got over the years. And I can tell you, the last 2-3 years that I have stopped doing that, I basically don't share any kind of that information with you guys anymore. I stopped doing home tours. I stopped doing vlogging of my personal life. Things have gotten way better. Way better. My wife and I have a really good life together where people can't really fuck with us because we're not gonna put stuff out there to be fucked with. You know what I mean? Like, the less you put out there, the better. So that's the good thing. And the thing is, every once in a while, when things do get out there, there's nothing we can do about it. You see how it blows up, right? Every once in a while, some public knowledge. I couldn't help it. I had to go through a legal proceeding earlier this year where all kinds of personal info was thrown all over the fucking internet, and exactly what I expected to happen happened. Everyone completely tries to overanalyze, make conspiracy theories, and try to hurt me with it, and that's why I can't do it anymore. So, do I miss being able to be super open and showcasing my house and everything? That was the original question here. It's not that I miss it. I miss having a positive audience where I knew that I could do whatever and it wouldn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I could share and it was a positive experience sharing with people. Not, I'm going to put this on the internet and you're going to have 1,000 idiots who have no life sitting there over analyzing every piece of it to try to hurt me in some way. That's a fucked up thing that's now how the internet is, you know? That's just exactly how the internet is. And that's not how it was when I started 10 years ago, you know? Wings Pulling Strings did a 200-bit cheer. And says, will you be playing Dr. Neocortex in the live-action Crash Bandicoot movie? Yes. In fact, by the time that happens, my hairline should have receded enough to look exactly like Dr. Neocortex, so it should work out perfectly. Thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Hoodrich. Resubscribed for 2 months. Says, have you ever heard of Escape from Tarkov, a PC game? I think you'd be extremely good at it. From what I understand, it's like a battle royale survival game, and it's PC only. I've heard of it, but no, I'm not going to play it because it's PC only. Thank you for the resub. Ryan cheered. He says, have you thought about playing Jackbox games that allow stream play someday? Well, Ryan, if you're not aware, you're probably not. Years ago, we're talking a long time ago, over 3 years ago, I played a couple Jackbox games. And as much as it was a unique experience to do so, it was mostly people doing very toxic, nasty, insulting things about myself, my personal life. It ended up basically being, 100% detractors were trying to join just to insult and say disgusting things about me. And as much as I was like, okay, I'll roll with it back then, and I did, after a while I realized this is bad. You don't want constant toxic shit on the internet about you. And that was when I basically cut off. I said, okay, no more vlogs at home, no more personal stuff shared, because this is all people do is they do toxic shit about me. So that's why I stopped playing it. If I could play Jackbox and have positive people come and have a good time, that's one thing. But the amount of trolling that happens is just out of control to the point where it's like, I know the majority of people trying to get in if I played Jackbox would be negative shitheads, and there's no point in doing it then. Okay? Rob took me $4.20. Says you laugh at Bug Snacks, but you love SpongeBob. Yes. I think SpongeBob, at least from what I've seen, the earlier SpongeBob stuff, the first season in particular, I really, really enjoyed, because like I said, it had a lot of adult-themed stuff, even though kids probably don't understand it. The adult writing and adult themes actually resonated with me. And I like that. It's a show for kids, but if adults watch it, they get something good out of it too. Kind of reminded me of like Animaniacs was like that too, back in the day that I used to watch. As for Bug Snacks, I think we've said a lot about it. At some points we make fun of it and say the game looks so irreverent and stupid, it's going to be Game of the Year, because we're joking. At the same time, I like I said, I have a theory about what the game's going to be that's a little different. So there you go. Okay. All right, continuing on. Golden Colts cheered, and he says, if Burger King comes out with Whopper patties made out of bugs, will you eat the bugs? Yes, absolutely. In fact, they didn't do it in the United States, but years ago, McDonald's got into trouble for just that. Were you guys aware of this? McDonald's in other countries, not the United States, but other countries, they had problems getting actual beef to these countries. So they made burgers out of mealworms and didn't tell anybody. And they got into major trouble for it. Major trouble. Because of this. And then they had to basically say, well, we can't do that anymore. And they changed it back to being real beef. But it's hilarious because then they started advertising, our burgers are 100% real beef. It's like, yeah, they should have been. Like, you're advertising that you were doing something disgusting. And now you've changed to what it should have been. You changed your policy to what it should have been to begin with. Like, anyway. If they had a bug whopper, I would try it. For a DSP tries it for a celebratory event, of course. Is Crazy21 did a 300-bit cheers? Seattle seems crazy right now. Yeah, the world's crazy right now. And I'm not a political guy, and I'm not going to comment on politics. But the insanity of what happened in downtown Seattle over the last month is pretty crazy. I mean, we had protests. We had rioting and looting. Not only in downtown Seattle, but every major city in our state had it. Okay? And then we had people occupying a 6-block radius, claiming that they were nonviolent and they were just there to protest. But then in the past few days, 3 people were shot and 2 people died. and they were all young, like teenagers. To the point where now, this came out last night, major businesses in that area have sued the city of Seattle, saying it was your legal responsibility as the government to make sure that businesses are safe and businesses are allowed to open, especially when we're renting the land or whatever. And you've done none of that. You abandoned the 6-block radius because basically you're inept at what you do. And so we're suing you for damages because for the last month we can't operate and our businesses are irrevocably destroyed because you're an idiot and basically none of you should be in power. It's pretty crazy what's happened here. All right. So I don't even know what else to say. It's pretty nuts. And, it hasn't ended yet. It's still going on. Ryan cheered. He says, if you ever do it again, maybe through the forums, you can invite only people who are legit. I mean, yeah, the thing is that there's always people who claim that they're legit and they're not. It's very tricky. It's hard to figure it out. It is. At this point, I have no interest in playing a Jackbox game. I think that we do enough interactive stuff on a daily stream. When I was doing the Jackbox stuff, that was during the time period when I was kind of transitioning into becoming an interactive streamer. So it was something new that I wanted to try. But I think we have so much interactivity on the daily streams anyway that it's kind of a moot point at this point. Okay? Dark Sea to Feel did a 500-bit cheers. Did we ever go back to the Mega Man X series? Mega Man X, well, if you remember, I stopped playing those during the later versions where it was basically 0 or something like that, and I didn't really like them. I thought that they kind of gone off the rails, didn't feel like the original Mega Man games anymore, to the point where they were just like incredibly annoying. Certainly, it's not out of the question, but if I would go back to the Mega Man 0 games, I bought the collection earlier this year, I played through 2 of them, and I started the 3rd, I would play those. Those were actually quite good in my opinion. Okay? L Joker 303 subscribed to the channel for 9 months. It says, big ups on outlasting Mixer. Bitwave is next. Yeah. Listen, I'm not celebrating Mixer ending, all right? I said this earlier this week, but I'll say it again. Competition is good, and if there's one company that has a monopoly on an entire industry, it's not good, because you want legitimate competition in order to make things improve. If there's no competition, things will never improve, things will stagnate, and things will just end up being worse and worse. Your case example here is YouTube. YouTube has not had any legitimate competition in the last decade, and YouTube has literally gotten worse on a daily basis. They do nothing to improve. Everything they've done just made the site run worse, look worse, be worse, to the point where advertisers have run from the site and said, we want nothing to do with this place. That it's become a toxic cesspool of shit, and that's what YouTube is now because there's no competition. So I want there to be legit competition for Twitch. I want there to be other places people can go to stream so that Twitch will be challenged to continuously improve. Now, obviously, I want Twitch to succeed. Twitch is the platform I stream on, and I like Twitch as a platform to stream on. But at the same time, I want there to be competition so that they will improve themselves over time, okay? So I'm not reveling in celebration that Mixer's done. And I think it's the opposite. I feel bad because I know for a fact there are people in the last year who decided, they decided that they wanted to, go to a place that was a little different from Twitch. Maybe they felt there was a better place to have a foothold where there wasn't as much oversaturation and so many people to compete with. They saw people like Ninja and Shroud go over there, and like, this is our opportunity. There'll be new eyes on Mixer. Maybe I can get noticed. And for a year, they tried to build themselves over there, and now out of nowhere, out of business. It's terrible. It should never happen like that, and all it means is that Microsoft never gave a fuck about those people. Why on earth would you go do Facebook gaming when Microsoft already dropped Mixer with no warning, proving they didn't care about anyone who created content for them ever? Why would you then go to their next project that they could just drop at a moment's notice and fuck you over again, right? I think just based on that, Facebook gaming is destined to fail. And the fact that both Ninja and Shrouds were offered ginormous contracts to go there and they turned them down says something, okay? All right, continuing on. Only Ice Coffee gifted 3 subs. One to Rockstar0182, one to Morrowind Lord, and one to Mundane Cloud. Congratulations to the 3 of you, and thank you for the support, Only Ice Coffee. Wings Pulling Strings at 100-bit cheers. So what do you think of Wings of Redemption getting married? Very simple. I congratulate him. Congratulations. Being married is an amazing thing. At least it's been a very huge positive in my life, and I wish you all the best in the future with your marriage. And that's all I have to say about it, period. My Asian son tipped $1.30 and said, congrats on the 150 vest streak. Father, you are not my son. Like they say in China. And then he said a bunch of stuff I'm not going to say. But thank you for the dollar tip. Okay. Big D's did a 100-bit cheer. I said, choo-choo? Yeah, he said that because there's a hype train going on right now. With only a minute left. It doesn't look like we're going to hit the next level. But I guess a hype train commenced with all these cheers and subs coming in. So thank you guys for the support on the hype train here. Appreciate that. Ryan did a 50-bit cheer. He said, hype train unlocked. There you go. Golden Coles did a 100-bit cheer and said, hype train. Only Ice Coffee gifted us up to Vest Investor. Congratulations to the Vest Investor. And thank you, Only Ice Coffee, again for the support. Sparring King cheered 100 bits. Says, gotta love another Vestival. Ryan cheered 100 bits. Says, if a competitor to YouTube came along like an Amazon video thing, would you move to that or stick with YouTube? Well, there were rumors that this was going to happen years ago. That apparently Amazon had filed for certain kind of like trademarks or copyrights or something. And I said I would probably give it a shot because there's nothing to lose. Seriously, there's nothing to lose. You know, YouTube has fallen apart at the seams and just continuously has more and more issues the further that it exists. To the point where I don't think anyone really 100% believes that you could ever have a business operating solely off of YouTube anymore. Most people who do YouTube as a living end up having sponsorships and things outside of YouTube that they can depend on. Okay? So, you know, would I give it a shot? I probably would. Absolutely. If there was a legit competitor standing up to YouTube, I would probably try it and see how it worked out. But right now, there is none. That's the thing. There was rumors for years. It was Amazon was going to do it, and then they didn't do it for whatever reason. Oh, let's see here. Marbles the Rabbit cheers. I hope you and Cat are safe. I heard what's been going on in Chaz. First of all, it's Chop. I don't know why people have not... Why they keep calling it Chaz when it was really called Chop for the last, like, 2 weeks. And it has nothing to do with us. Alright? But thank you for the cheer regardless. Okay. Let's do some shout-outs. Alright? Thank you to the following people who are the top cheers of the week so far. I appreciate your support this week. We've got Angelo Bestie. Is it Bestie? Hold on. No, Angelo Bestia. Sorry about that. Who's in 10th place. A tie for 8th place between Guitar Player 1939 and Gila 62. Rubly Atomic is in 7th place. Golden Colts is in 6th place. Timbo Slice is in 5th place. Ryan is in 4th. Crapcock is in 3rd. Lucifer Soul is in 2nd. And Shadow the Hedgehog is in 1st place. Congratulations to all of you guys, okay? Thank you for the support, of course. Also, shout out to those who were the people who've gifted subscriptions this week to the channel. Angelo Bestia, Ultimate Cloud 7, Crapcock each have gifted a single sub. Doodly Dread gifted 2 subscriptions. Big Papa Phil gifted 3 subs this week. Super Blind Man actually gifted 5 subs. Thank you very much, Super Blind Man. Lunaba gifted 9 subscriptions this week. Thank you, Lunaba. And Only Iced Coffee. So far this week, 11 subs gifted. In fact, that being said, let's check on sub count for right now. Okay. 731. We did go up today so far. Thank you for all of the support here on the pre-stream. Also, Spartan King just cheered 100 bits. He said, can you believe we got a Hype Frog emo? Hype Frog. Of course. Okay. So, thank you to everyone. First of all, Lucifer Soul, the top cheerer of the day, 1,060 bits. Rob with the top tip of $4.20. We're up to $9 out of the $100 tips goal for the stream. Yes, there is a tips goal for this stream. I just want to make that clear, even though this is a celebratory stream. It's just like a normal stream. And so, see if we can keep the Vest Street going. But it's very possible the Vest Street could end right now on this stream, and that's okay if it does. I'm super grateful, guys, for all your support over the last 3 months. That's what we're celebrating today. Thank you very much for all of that, all right? Here's what we're going to do. Take just a couple-minute break. I need to use the restroom quickly. And then we're going to have about an hour to an hour and a half of fun discussion, just talking. I have a couple things I'd like to talk about at first. Then I'm going to kind of open it up to Q&A for a bit. And then at some point, the food should be arriving for the live DSP Tries It, which we're going to do. Okay? So let's take a very brief break. I'll go use the restroom, and then I'll be back with some fun discussion for you all. And by the way, yes, I'll be wearing the vest. Thanks. I'll be back shortly.